The long and short, and this is directly talking about our quote unquote black leaders in America, our quote unquote role models in America, anybody that we look up to, again, quote unquote, look up to in America. I want to specifically address this to you. You know why? Because we have no black leaders. Not a single one. Now, I'll get to that specifically in lesson 301. And I want you to hear that, and I want you to listen to it closely. Because not only is it educating, but it's also coming personally at the people that I address. And I'll save it for that. But this right here is very important because we have no representation. There are people out there that have tried, but were unsuccessful. We cannot fight any type of problem that we have right now because we, number one, don't have the knowledge to. Number two, we don't have the willpower to. Number three, we don't even care. And that's sad because we allow things to happen. We allow what happens on our jobs to say, you do this. When I say jump, you better say how high or you won't have this job. So therefore, our mindset toward a job is, I'm just happy to have a job. That's a damn shame. That's a shame. You know, there is nobody here in this United Snakes of America to help us get out of this problem. Now, there have been people that tried, like I said. First off, there's a writer. There are so many writers, great scholars in American history that you have never probably even heard of before. The great George G.M. James, who wrote the book Stolen Legacy, that every one of you, if you got any color in your body, if you got any wideness to your nose, if you got any thickness to your lips, if you are black anywhere, you need to read this book, Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James. Because in this book, not only does he go into the history about things about you and your people, but he goes into the fact that he has a philosophy of redemption, how to get you out of this mess you're in. But you know what? He died, and you never heard of his book. Okay, an author talking about how the origin of all people and all things came from Africa. Sheikh Anta Diop said, we need to raise an army of scholars because you know why we can't fight fire with nothing, actually, because we aren't even coming with anything. We have nothing to fight any of this situation we in, any of this impoverished situation we in, not any of this educational situation we're in, or this financial situation we're in, or this negative caricature that we have. We can't fight it because we've trying to fight fire with nothing. You know why? Because we don't care. But we need to fight fire with water because water puts out fire and fire can't burn water. So therefore, the man said that we need to raise an army of scholars. Name one person in this United States trying to raise the intelligence level of our people. And I'll go back to the point to even say that even at his time, in a completely different country, over in Asia, different continent, Kung Fu Tzu, or Confucius, said that his main goal, see, Confucianism is not a religion, and he said it was not intended to be a religion. He said his main goal was to advance and increase the intelligence of his people. And this was when he was alive over 1,000 years ago. So if in a completely different part of the world, in a completely different time, they still had the same exact mindset and the same answers to all problems, advancing and increasing the knowledge and mindset of their people? Why do you think it won't work today? But you know what? We so hung up on religion and this God after death. Like I said, I won't go into detail, but we hung up on that and we hang our hat on that as being our way out of this mess instead of grabbing hold and getting out of this mess. And right now, I need to address you with a very specific message to anybody in a position to change this. Like, for all my entertainers and all my athletes, and I'll name a couple, namely the Kanye Wests who decide that it's pretty cool to jump on stage at an award ceremony drunk looking stupid. All my Kanye Wests and all my Pac-Man Joneses and all my DMXs who himself said if you make a mistake and you learn from it, then you good. But if you make a mistake, you don't learn from it, you make the same mistake, then you're a stupid motherfucker. Then guess what, DMX? Need not say more. And the Jason Smiths and the Lil Weezys and the Gilbert Arenases and the Brats and the Lil Kims and the El Nanas and the Moniques and the Bruce Smiths that just, you want to say something about the awareness of the raising of the black children and low-income communities, yet you can't drive sober enough to do anything about it. Okay? And that's just naming a few. But basically, I'm talking about all the other black people in a public position and able to reach the masses of people. Instead of opening your mouths to say words to lift your people out of this messed up mess we're in, you rather say and do ignorant dumb shit to reiterate exactly why we've been viewed the way we've been viewed since we got to this damn country. Subhuman, unintelligent, lowlifes that are worthless in the advancement of this world because they don't even have the mindset to come together to advance themselves. You got all these millions of dollars, but you do the same shit that you did when you were broke. You in every TV screen in every household just about every day. But you don't say one thing to try to advance the mindset of your people. As a matter of fact, you cause envy within your people with your nice cars, with your nice jewelry. And trust me, I'm a broke brother and I'm not hating on you. Do your thing. But when you on everybody's DVD cover and every movie theater in America where you come out with a movie, why are you coming out with a movie that shows the suppression and impoverished situations of black people in America, Monique and Precious? Making us look ignorant, making us look stupid, making us really do look worthless. To anything that has to offer to this world, we are just completely irrelevant. Why don't you do something to increase the intelligence quotient of your people? Why don't you say something? Why don't you fight the Pat Robinsons of the world when they say something about your people? Because Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, Mr. Jesse Jackson, I don't even like calling them misters. I like calling them seniors because I don't feel like they're owed the respect for me to call them mister. And I damn sure don't call them reverend because I don't know why I'm revering these men in the first place. But the Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jacksons, you talking about how you quote unquote black leaders. But you know what?